Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is January 14th, 2025. We are looking at Proverbs 14 and verse 4. Proverbs 14 and verse 4 today. It says, "Where there are no oxen, the feeding trough is empty or clean. But an abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox." You know, so often in our lives we think about the fact that, what is this going to cost? And how do I keep my expenses low and my return high, right? That's how we do business, isn't it? And yet, anyone that's ever participated in the business side of things knows that you got to spend money to make money, right? That's a phrase that we've all heard. Well, Solomon is talking to us, to his sons, and he says, if you don't have the oxen, you don't have to put anything in the feeding trough to feed them. You don't have to buy the ox. You don't have to have the grain to feed the ox. You don't have to spend the time mucking the stalls and caring for it and all of that. You don't even have to have the tack that you need to hook the ox up to do the work. Your expenses are low. Doesn't mean you're not going to have a harvest, though, because you can get out there and do that all by hand. But the reality is, if you're doing that by hand, you're going to have a very small harvest. There's nothing wrong with having a small harvest. But if you want more, if you want greater, then you have to invest in what is to come. An abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox. So to have an abundant harvest, you need to be able to turn the land over. You need to be able to use the ox to pull the carts. You need to be able to use the ox to do the harvesting. All of that is necessary, but you're going to have a multiple effect compared to what you could do by hand. It's looking at it this way. If you're taken care of and you're able to do what you need to do with what you got, you don't need that ox, right? But you also can't do more. At some point, a decision has to be made on what you're going to do, how you're going to handle it. Last couple of days I've been thinking about something, and I don't know how it applies to this, but maybe somebody needs to hear it right now. Often in recovery, we realize that there's something wrong, and we go seeking a permanent solution without evaluating whether it's a permanent problem or a temporary problem. We should seek permanent solutions for permanent problems and temporary solutions for temporary problems. Today, the evaluation of the problem is the necessity, not the evaluation of the solution first. Recognizing a problem is good. We all must do it. But when we dive in to find a solution that may create more problems than solution, it's necessary we reevaluate. We've got a field. It's 2 acres. And we can plant the whole field and harvest the whole field without an ox. And we want an abundant harvest. So we go buy an ox, and we buy all the tack, and we buy all the feed for it. Are we going to get any greater return out of that field? And the reality is, we're looking for solutions for a temporary problem. See, the actual problem is that we need more land. And we're already getting what we can out of the land we've got. And figuring out where to invest ourselves into our lives is critical. So today, a proper evaluation is necessary. We may know that I need this special tool to do more, but is that special tool appropriate for what you have in the moment? And that's a good question. I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily the best at doing this evaluation. This is something God is talking to me about and helping me grow in. And I'm grateful for it. See, where there are no oxen, the feeding trough is empty is not a dig. It's a statement of fact. Abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox, but there's other factors as well. What are we going to do with our evaluations today? Something to think about. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.